I'm going to show you some filmmaking techniques used to make Jurassic World Rebirth a powerful sequel to Jurassic Park. The filmmaking of Rebirth reveals a darker enemy and a deeper truth. Jurassic World Rebirth doesn't just give us new dinosaurs, it changes the way we see them, literally. The director, Gareth Edwards, is a visual storytelling master, and he uses lots of tricks and tools to make the dinosaurs feel bigger and more dangerous than ever.
Why do they always have to go bigger?
This scene has a lot going on to show off the grand scale. Not only are the humans completely dwarfed by the titanosaurs, Edwards went one step further. The tall green plants were put there on purpose to make the humans look even smaller, like miniatures hidden in giant grass. So now, with miniature-sized humans peeking out, the dinosaurs appear even larger in comparison. They also sprinkle in these birds in the distance, whose tiny footprints on the composition makes everything around them look larger. The bird right on the titanosaur is the key to making the scale stand out. Edwards surrounds his human characters with towering geometry. Massive doors, cliffs, temples, control rooms, all larger-than-life extensions of the larger-than-life dinosaurs. All things that dwarf human ambition. Look at this shot inside the museum. Not only did they put the T-Rex skeleton on a pedestal to make it taller in frame, look, they also put it up some stairs as well, so now the T-Rex really towers over Zora. Also, doesn't this scene feel strangely eerie, like something ominous is about to happen? Here's why. The design of the space itself depicts a dramatic battle. It's made of big, bold shapes, a brutalist architecture that frames the exhibit. And yet, the sheer size of the T-Rex skeleton, even without its head, stretches well beyond its giant allotted space, hinting at something too large to be contained. And of course, the sign is falling, an ode to the final scene of the original Jurassic Park. It's a really clever way to start the reboot, reminding us where this story began and what we still haven't learned, which I'll get to later. But what I find most interesting is the color tones used, or as we say in the industry, color grade. Look at how cold the colors are in the exhibit. Lots of deep blues, turquoises, and greens. It creates contrast with the warm sunlight beaming through the windows. Look at how warm the light is on the wall, this yellowy brown. And then look at how cool the shadow is right next to it. See how it's kind of bluish? The cold and warm colors conflict on screen. It's not natural for our eyes to see things in different color temperatures like that. When I take a picture in a real dinosaur museum, are there lots of different color temperatures around the dinosaurs? Not at all. We see things pretty uniformly because it's usually just one main light source. In this case, the spotlight's hitting the dinosaur. But in film, different colored light bulbs are used to create different color temperatures in different parts of the frame. This kind of color grade wasn't done in the original Jurassic Park. Look, see how the whole frame is a warm tone? Back then, they were going for a more realistic color grade to make the dinosaurs feel real for the first time ever. But in Rebirth, they're going for a heightened sense of reality, a heightened sense of drama. Like here, outside the Quetzalcoatlus egg temple. Look at how unnatural this looks. The shadow is turquoise. Same colors inside, too. Cool blues and greens in the shadows that are invaded by these warm shafts of light. They probably shot this scene in a studio with a blue screen wall that looks something like this, and then digitally added the waterfall background in the distance. And then after the shoot, they probably changed the colors in the shadows to be cooler, while keeping the main sunlight warm. So again, watch here carefully. It's a subtle change. See how it goes from warmer to cooler? That small shift makes a huge difference on the design of the shot. So what's this all mean? Cold versus warm. I think it reveals the central conflict of the film. It's a contrast of the cold, sterile grip of human control versus the warm, radiant chaos of life. Control versus chaos. Of course, not every single shot in the film can follow this rule to a T, but the intent is clear. In the film's most epic, carefully composed shots, the humans are cast in shadow. The cool color palette around the humans is a theme throughout the film, versus the warm sunlight of nature and the animals. And no color has more impact in Rebirth than red. In the original Jurassic Park, Spielberg uses the color red sparingly and deliberately.
I'm gonna count to 3. 1.
Just flashes of emergency lights and a flare to distract the T-Rex.
Hey!
Both times signaling danger at just the right moments. In Rebirth, red now floods the frame. It's It's the main color that surrounds the mutated TRex. This isn't just the environment reacting to the creature. This time, it defines the creature itself. The TRex's very existence is the embodiment that something is wrong. I love the symbolism of this gag. Danger's literally spilling out with every step. Even the product placement isn't safe. So given how red was used so sparingly in Jurassic Park, it's ironic that red is the main background color in the Jurassic Park logo, because it should have been the color for Rebirth. So how did they raise the stakes in the logo for Rebirth? At first glance, it looks like a sunrise, fitting for the title, Rebirth. But look closer. The way the light bursts outward, how it bleeds under the TRex, it doesn't feel gentle or symbolic of a new dawn. It feels violent, radiant. To me, the sun isn't rising, it's detonating. That looks like the beginning of a nuclear explosion. I think the dinosaurs are being compared to nuclear fallout. And that tracks with the plot so much better. We're dealing with genetic mutations, not natural evolution. They also animate the blast like a miniature mushroom cloud. Echoed again in the modified Universal logo, right by the secret island's location on the map. It's a warning baked into the branding. Rebirth isn't a return to nature. It's the aftermath of playing God. Which begs the question, is a nuclear device ultimately the only way to fix this mess? I wouldn't be surprised. Director Gareth Edwards goes nuclear to demonstrate the folly of man, how our arrogance with science and nature backfires. Just like the atom bombs. Jeff Goldblum said in the original Jurassic Park what real scientists warned about nuclear weapons.
Your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should.
It also explains why the scientists who used to wear regular lab outfits now have to wear hazmat suits. The stakes are higher. Going nuclear is literally in Rebirth's DNA, and Edwards uses it to up the ante to the highest degree. And since we're here, this shot of the TRex dragging the helpless scientist up the wall to demonstrate its power, it's a clear ode to the opening scene of the original Jurassic Park, a similar type of message now told in a more contemporary way. And here's that message.
Duncan!
The dinosaurs were never the villains. The real danger was our belief that nature could be patented, mutated, and sold. Jurassic World Rebirth doesn't just show us what we've created, it shows us what we've become. We didn't just bring dinosaurs back to understand the past, we brought them back to gamble with our future. It's a clash between creation and destruction, and buried in every frame is the folly of man. Thanks for watching.